Oh, Neil's here.
Is he?
Yeah, he's right there. Neil! He's right there. He's right next to the desk. Like the first chair next to the deaf interpreter.
Guys, thank you for me. My name is Kyle Anderson. I'm the associate editor of Nurse.com, and I'm the moderator today. I'm so happy to be moderating the panel for Voltron Legendary Defender. Let me introduce the panel. Starting to my left, executive producer Joaquim Dos Santos. Co-executive producer Montgomery.
There were no other restraints.
Tim Hedges.
Oh no, so you are with me. With this panel, right? Yeah, then you're on the right side.
Green Paladin, Pidge, Bex Taylor-Klaus. Yellow Paladin, Hunk, Tyler. The team sharpshooter, Lance. Princess Allura, Kimberly. And Black Paladin, Shiro.
Can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
My camera just died. Can you hold this?
What?
Hold this real quick. I gotta change out the batteries.
All right, so you guys had your debut last year at WonderCon, before the show had come out. Obviously, 2 seasons have been shown now. How has the reception changed since then?
Well, I'm afraid we're gonna get like accosted or something, guys. You guys are amazingly rowdy, and we can't tell you how much we appreciate it. It's, I mean, you guys are the fuel of the show. You guys are literally the quintessence of the show.
For the actors, how has the fan response been for you guys since the show was announced to now?
Oh, are we actors?
I don't know why those batteries died.
That's us. It's been amazing. Just let me look at the crowd. How many people are cosplaying all of the different characters?
Yeah, stand up if you're cosplaying.
It's insane.
I mean, we have Keith's mom. She's not even on the show yet. Oh my god! That's amazing. We have the trash network.
I think that speaks for itself. It's been a little overwhelming to see how much creativity and goes into the costumes and goes into all of your art. It's been a joy for us to share that with you guys. It's amazing. And you guys, the streams have made us all deaf at this point. So.
What?
In terms of the characters you guys get to play, they're very deep, even though, ostensibly it's kind of just an action-adventure show, but you guys have such deep characters. So how were these characters for you to play, and, how do you enjoy the growth of
Hold
your
on,
individual
got one more
characters?
battery in there somewhere.
Okay. They didn't give me a mic on purpose. I'm going to steal this one. Watching the joys of watching Hunk grow up. It's been really great. Oh, you guys are going to make me cry.
Yeah.
No, it's been fun. And we've been talking about this a lot. But the sort of cringer, season 1 Hunk was like this real sort of sweet, almost childlike, well, he was 17 character to play and find all those little sort of, tics, a lot of puking, a lot of crying, a lot of cry puking, a lot of puke crying, to him finding a new sort of baseline of bravery, a foundation where he can sort of begin from again in season 2 and then seeing where he pushed off from there. Which was literally, that's sort of the new place where he found himself, I think. It was like once he realized that he could trust himself and rely on himself, and they all realized that they could trust him in a situation. That emboldens a human being, And I think some of us have probably dealt with that in our real life. And to watch Hunk sort of learn from that place just how much farther he could go, that's been like rad. That's been a parallel to my life in a lot of situations. So it's been really cool. Yeah.
I really liked seeing Shiro losing. Because in season 1, he's this guy that can kind of do anything, and never really shows any weakness to anybody, I mean, except the audience, and you can see kind of what's in his head. But in season 2, bless you. In season 2, you actually see him really have that last nerve that finally gets walked on by Slav, and it's kind of
That was the best.
I like that side of Shiro comes out.
As far as Lance is concerned, we were saying we should pitch that as like a new NBC
sitcom. Slav and Shiro, the new odd couple. I got the odd couple. Yeah, it'd be fun.
Oh, thank you. I think Allura has had a little bit of a, shift there, especially in the last episode of season 2 when she's fighting Hagar. She's kind of badass. I like that. She's not your typical princess, so I think there's, I don't know, she's had a lot of growth in finding her way as part of the Paladin team, so that's been really fun. I don't know, hopefully there's more to come.
Lance is just Lance, what can I say? He is always just himself, it's great. The nice thing though, I think, as you go throughout farther into the series is different people get put into different positions and he kind of gets more responsibility thrust on him at times, and you get to see him actually be a leader at times, and you get to see these qualities of someone kind of deep down that normally probably don't show themselves very often, but when pushed to that limit, he can rise above, specifically for his awesome teammates. And then right after the mission's done, he's like, where's the next lady in the room? All right.
Yeah, Lance lives up to his own height.
And he's just as handsome as he thinks he is, so there's at least that.
Stop it. Stop it.
I think that Pidge has really kind of gone from the one track, gotta find my family, gotta put up with these humans, to embracing these people kind of as an extension of her own family, and that's kind of been really fun to play with. I like it.
You guys, as the writers and producers of the show, I feel like each of the main characters in the show could be the main character of their own show. And that's how strong and well they're written. How important is that to give each of the characters, because it is such a big ensemble, to give each of the characters their own kind of moments in every episode, or as much as possible?
Well, I think that's been one of the most fun things about season 2 is that we have a little more breathing room to see all of the characters evolve on their own. They're not all slammed together going through this, really fast transformation from high school kids on Earth to fighting aliens, So there's been a lot more time to kind of unwind and go to the Space Mall, and we've also had, some different pairings than we usually see. Hunk goes on an adventure with Keith, and then he does a thing with Lance. Pidge is by herself in space, and kind of realizing how much she misses everybody. And I think that we've had a lot of opportunities to kind of juggle people together and see some sides of them we don't usually see.
Let's see some sides, because we're going to see some of our panelists' favorite clips from the last season. So let's start with Josh. Josh picked a clip from the very first episode of season 2.
Yes.
Set up the clip in.
All right, well, this clip is from, it's first episode.
Yes.
Okay, cool. This clip is from the first episode where Shiro is in really bad shape, and he's waiting to get pretty much rescued by Keith. I love this clip because you really see a weak side of Shiro, you see Keith's determination to find him, and it was just really exciting for me to watch it because it really looks dire, and it really looks like it's not gonna, like Keith's not gonna make it in time, and then like a hero that comes through and saves the day with the line. So I mean, I didn't really spoil the clip because you guys, I'm sure, have already seen it. This clip really gave me the whole emotional roller coaster. It was like an adrenaline ride watching it. So I dug it.
Let's check it out. Did you guys feel the bass on that? Can we watch every episode in a huge theater? Clip 2, we'll go to Kimberly. She picked a clip from the same episode, obviously a very different tone. Can you talk about your clip with Risarbi, who plays Karen?
Oh, yes. Well, you guys remember, obviously, the Cran getting younger and younger in the loop. I think he's hilarious. He's so funny, especially when he's a teenager. And he has this tantrum, and he has to storm off. But what's really so sweet about it is Reese's kids who play him as the young version of himself, and those accents. And they're just so adorable. But what's particularly funny, I think, is that Allura doesn't really react that well to kids. I don't think she really likes kids that much, so I think it's really funny how she reacts to him getting younger and younger. So,
All right.
one of my favorite clips.
Very good.
The best part about that clip is when the snails are desperately trying to get away from Allura and just so pissed.
Reese Darby is the funniest. That's it.
Yes.
Jeremy, we'll go to you next. Lance and Hunk got to sit out that first episode, but you guys got a whole episode to yourself. So Jeremy, why don't you set up your clip from second
Yeah,
episode
so
2?
this clip is just, Lance and Hunk kind of get stuck at the bottom of this ocean and planet thing. They're in their lions, and obviously, if you're practical, you're like, how do we get out of here and get back to our friends? But if you're Lance, you're like, whoa, there's a mermaid. I ain't gonna do responsibility. I'm just gonna go after this mermaid. That's pretty much what happened.
All right.
Yes, that's it.
Great.
That's it. That's it.
Roll the clip.
Tim, from a writing perspective, how do you balance the super dramatic stuff with the super comedic stuff, often in the same episode?
Yeah, I think the stuff that ends up working best is when we have kind of a really ridiculous comedic situation just really baked into the plot. So scenes like where Karan gets the slipperies, and then he's sliding all over the ship, and he's got to fix all the Sculptrite, lenses. And meanwhile, Bex has been learning the word clan mural. She learns how to translate the recipe. And stuff when it's like, it just comes out really organically because they're always in ridiculous situations, I mean, it's just like these lions form a big robot. The whole thing is crazy.
I will say too that the pitch for the slipperies was probably the longest pitch we've had. So he starts secreting this mucus and we were like,
We're very passionate about the slipperies.
That's what you should be. Bex, we'll go to you next. Speaking of organic, guys, Bex got to learn. I have to go on the list. I know.
Everyone, calm down. Calm down. It's okay. We just sat down wrong.
We'll blame Zarkon for switching the name tags.
Pidge got to learn some new skills this year in terms of things with plants. Please set that up for us, Bex.
I've seen the bean sprouts all day. Which are cute, by the way. But yeah, Pidge kind of has this epiphany that we're all interconnected. Cosmic dust, one of the best lines for the whole series so far. And kind of gets to learn something about herself that she never thought she would, because as she says, her allergies and pale skin don't mix with outdoor living. Suddenly they do.
All right, let's take a look.
I love how the thing that she apparently hated the most became her superpower.
Which is why lima beans are my superpower. Tyler Labine, everybody.
Oh, hello.
Why don't you tell us about your favorite Hunk clip?
Yeah, this clip, I like it because it's funny, plain and simple, but it's also really indicative, I think, of that sort of baseline I was talking about with Hunk, where it's like his default, his natural setting is to just sort of trust in the good in things, and he really wants everyone to get along, and it's a happy place, and hopefully that's the situation he's in this clip, but he is sorely mistaken. So, yeah, that's what this one is.
All right, let's take a look. Yeah, that's such a funny.
I just love that these like clearly dangerous creatures pictures are all over him. He's like, they like it.
There is good bacteria, though. He recognized that there is good bacteria.
It's good bacteria for the well,
Yes.
not for what it's digesting.
It's going to help him digest, Tom.
Joaquim and Lauren have perhaps the best clip to show now.
Oh, wow. Perhaps the best clip. I think the show, we love you guys, we love the Paladins, but the show is called Voltron. And so with that said, you know.
Yeah, we spent this whole season building up to this amazing fight, the final face-off between, well, I don't want to say final, but possibly the final face-off between Voltron and Zarkon.
By the way, sitting in the audience, Zarkon.
But they finally, through the power of teamwork, unlock the amazing power of the blazing sword.
Yes. Let's check out that blazing sword, folks. That is so cool. Yeah, right?
Can I just say the super dramatic pencil art animations are some of my favorite things.
So cool. So on that kind of, sort of cliffhanger and not sort of.
We need 2 more.
I've heard a little rumor about there possibly being a season 3. Do you guys want to maybe?
I mean,
Yes, there is a season 3. We wouldn't troll you that hard, guys. Yeah, we don't have official deets on when that's dropping, but it's definitely dropping.
It's coming.
Members of the cast, do you have any idea where your characters are going to go, or where would you like them to go? Also, where's Shiro at? Just kidding, we can't answer that. Spoilers.
We're good? We're good. We're good? Okay. Good. Just one more.
He got teleported to this panel.
I don't think we're really allowed to answer any of those questions.
Yeah, don't answer that one.
Yeah.
Okay, well, at the end of season 2, we saw Hagar announce a very famous name to people who know the old series of Voltron. Is there any details that you could share with us about Prince Lotor, perhaps?
He's got a very soothing voice. Dreamworks.
We've got a little clip we might want to share.
I want to see what Lotor looks like. Let's take a look.
told to suck it so hard.
I think we can all see that Lotor is hot.
But now you guys know where Calcinator's been the whole time. So.
But you do have something that you can reveal. Obviously, we can't see what Lotor
To
looks like.
show you that we're not truly heartless.
Yes.
It's now keep in mind we're still, this is still pretty early days, so this is a tease for you guys. It's not, we're not going to go full trailer times, but it'll give you a flavor of what's to come, and you might hear what Lotor has to say about
What's happening there?
I got chills.
Every clip has given me chills, guys. That's the mark of a good show.
No, I'm not filming any of the footage.
Take some audience Q&A here in a bit, but I want to make some announcements first. First of all, everybody in attendance will be receiving a WonderCon exclusive poster designed by Joaquim. On April 3rd, you should join the Pidge birthday live event at 4 p.m. Pacific, yep, on Voltron Facebook. Also on April 3rd, Burger King Kids Meals will
Is that real?
We're not sure what the thing in the middle is, but it is Voltron related.
Maybe I should actually go to Burger King.
That's the red lamb, I think.
So you guys need to go there and have it your way. And get one of these. If you guys are interested, if you haven't seen the original Voltron, there's going to be 12 hand-picked episodes are going to show up from the 1984 series on Netflix coming very soon. Introduced by various members of the cast and crew. Lion Forge has a second series of Voltron comics debuting.
Hey, those are pretty good, right?
Yeah, I feel like, at least one of those written. Be on the lookout for very exciting Voltron integration in Puzzles and Dragons. Yeah. Puzzle and Dragon, just singular. And last but certainly not least, Dreamworks is very excited to announce a brand new Voltron sticker pack coming to the App Store. I got mine already.
They're awesome.
And it's going to be $1.99, but if you, it's free until the end of Monday, so you don't have to pay any money until the end of Monday. All right, get it. Cool. Let's see what the audience has to say.
Before we begin the questions, we have a little bit of, this is now a WonderCon tradition.
Okay. Where
For everyone who asks a question, you'll receive one of the Voltron outline cards that were actually used in breaking the episodes. And this time, some of the cards didn't make it into the final shows. So that's, And
Well,
some of them did.
I asked like 12 questions, you guys, so maybe I'm just kidding.
Well, we'll get you some cards.
Just kidding. All right, go ahead.
Hello. Hi, I love all of you. Especially, this is for you guys, and this is especially for Pidge, because her birthday is in 2 days. Anyway, so my question, why can't I think? Okay, fine. Since Shiro is not, part of Voltron for now, by any chance, will there be a replacement for somebody to validate the Black Lion, by chance? I'm singing Korean. Maybe Princess Allura could be a piloted.
Well, I think if they ever want to form Voltron again, someone's going to have to get in there.
Yeah, could be you.
Also, this is just a personal thing. Jeremy, my friend Maricela couldn't come, and I would love if you give her a shout out. Is that okay?
Sure. Real quick, what's her name?
Her name is Maricela.
Maricela? What's up, Maricela? This is Jeremy Shada. I play Lance on Voltron. How you doing?
Thank you. She could be sitting there.
Here's your card. Keith with knife. Who am I? Oh, that could be like the whole season.
So brooding.
Who is he? Hi, everyone. So my question is going to be about Allura, since he's my favorite character, despite being just as last. Sorry. So I was wondering, at the end of season 2, we see that she has some kind of new, cool, magical powers. And I was wondering how you guys decided to kind of go along that track of giving her these magical powers.
Well, I think we've kind of established that a lot of the Altaeans have a very in close connection to the quintessence.
Yeah.
It's a large part of what Voltron is. And Allura, her father, created Voltron, and he also was a unique Altaean who had these kind of quintessence abilities. And Allura being his daughter, she also inherited a bit of that. And just the fact that she's an alien, we wanted to definitely give her something different from what our human characters do. And why not have a unique power?
Yeah. It's hard to see, but in the Balmera episode, there's like a brief flashback, and that's actually Allura that's communing with the crystal and having that commune. So, I think she's carrying through her father's Altaean genetics.
Thank you.
Card for you. Launch the cube.
Hi. I had a question in New York Comic Con that was about lions, and I'm following that tradition.
Great.
My question is about the bonds with the lions. the Blue Lion in like the first episode, like he was able to lead them to it essentially. He was able to pilot Black, and he was able to tame the Red Lion. Will we find out in the future if there's a reason, like in your own words, Altaeans had a very special connection with quintessence, with technology, why he's able to feel like all of these other lions despite only being a red paladin? Sorry, I went.
Wow. That's good. I mean, I think all those seeds are planted. There's, we went into that, all those storylines knowing that Keith was sort of going above and beyond maybe some of the abilities of the other paladins a little earlier on than the others. Yeah, we'll have to wait and watch.
I mean, definitely this whole season is all, not all about, but for Keith, it's about unlocking new powers, finding out more about who he is, and I think that we can expect more of that, or not. I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen the show. I've never seen it.
Cool, thank you.
Guard, for you, this is from the mall. Parking lot fun, marina stalls, Lance parks in a handicap spot. This
almost a Seinfeld episode.
That's where we were going.
Classic Lance.
That's true. There was actually at one point in time a whole storyline about, I think Shiro was in the car, like puttering around the parking lot. All the kids were at the mall. He couldn't find a parking space. Like Lance parked in a handicap spot. They got in trouble with the mall cops. Obviously, it evolved into a different story for Shiro, but
They don't all
somewhere.
They don't all pan out.
I'm glad Lance didn't park in a handicap spot in the end.
Yes,
because he's cool.
Very inconsiderate.
Well,
it was the closest spot.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
My name's really tall. First off, I wanted to say thank you for doing this panel. I wasn't able to get to the autograph signing, so I'm really glad you guys are here again this year. And my question is to all of you guys, and I was wondering if there was ever a point in your career where you questioned what you were doing or whether it was right for you, and whether or not you had advice for anyone who's going through the same thing.
Every day.
No, I've never questioned myself or my abilities. And my advice to you is do the same thing. No question. No, I'm just kidding. No, I just feel like it's a very apropos question for me right now, if I may go first here. That's a running theme throughout your life. I think if you're wondering if you can hopefully glean some advice from us, if that's like a normal feeling to have, that's every day. And literally, I watched Inside the Actor Studio with Tom Hanks. Ever heard of him? And he said, and this is like, I was feeling the exact same way in my life, in my career, and he said, there's not a day that goes by where he doesn't drive to set, shut off the ignition in his car, and he thinks to himself, I gotta get out of here, man. Today's the day they figure out that I'm a total phony. And he literally will start his car up and think about leaving, like fleeing the scene and being like, they're gonna figure me out today. And that happens all the time. And that's Tom Hanks, you know what I mean? It's like, you guys are a genius. A master, to say the very least. So yeah, I think, if anything, lean into that. I think that's a real quintessential part of being an artist is questioning your talents and what they mean and what they're good for, really. So just, I question myself all the time, and it's good that you are too.
My parents used to tell me, feel the fear and do it anyway. And I like that. Let it fuel you. Let it move you forward.
Can I say one more thing too, along that line? Because I never stop talking.
Career count.
I just don't have this many people to talk to normally. There's a really famous quote from Agnes de Mille. She was an actress in the silver screen days, or what do you call it, the Tinseltown days, to a young ingenue. And basically, it's a long-winded letter that I don't need to tell you all about, but there's one part that I actually have a quote, an excerpt from laminated, and it just says, for the artist, there is no satisfaction, there's only a queer divine dissatisfaction. So just remember that. Like, there is no, as an artist, you are never looking at a piece of your work and going, yeah, I feel great about that. You just won't. It doesn't exist. But there is a satisfaction in that dissatisfaction, if that makes sense.
Beautiful, man.
Yeah, that was great. Clearly, it's something that I've thought about a lot.
Shiro v. Zarkon energy battle.
Zarkon's gonna help you out now.
Oh, you can also.
Zarkon is so nice in real life.
Yeah,
It's just an act.
Yeah, it's a ruse. Don't trust him.
Hi.
Hi.
I just wanted to say thank you, and also, it's actually a funny question. I'm really curious on a personal level that what is Lance's skincare routine? Because in season 1, we're wearing a green mask, and then in season 2, we're seeing a white mask. Where is it now?
I think the first one was food goo. And then it was like the same vat of food goo that had spoiled. And he was like, that's when it's at its best. Spoiled food goo.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It's a good bacteria, and not the kind that tries to eat you.
Fermented food goo.
And then the white mask?
That was the fermented stuff. Yeah, green is good food.
That stuff was really good.
She sounds like she wants to know where she can get it. That's what.
Can
we let her know?
Skincare routine fan.
Here's a great one for you.
Is he a Sephora guy? What is he?
If Dreamworks is listing product tie-in, right?
It is.
Skincare.
Here's one you don't see very often. Hunk attacks.
Is that from the old Weblum episode?
I don't know. No idea. These cars are all mixed up now. They can go anywhere.
It's the coolest thing.
She's so cute.
All right, Keith has a question.
Yes, Keith has a question. First of all, thank you guys for being here, and I wanted to start with the fact that I love all the little details that are put in that come back later. Because, you know, watching season 2 and seeing all the little hints in season 1, being like, oh, that's what that was about. And so, the start to this question is the fact that the fandom basically figured out Galra Keith before season 2. And I was like totally on that board, so when that happened, I like freaked out. But, so my follow-up question is the fact that there's a new rumor circulating now that Lance might be Altean. And the reason why is because in episode 1 of season 1, the blue line is able to create a wormhole, and Allura was not awake, Allura was not there, so somehow Lance harnessed the quintessence to create a wormhole. Just saying.
Solid logic.
You know me and my theory. Just saying, you know, theories and all that.
I mean, yeah, we saw like Keith fan art unraveling his knife, and it was a Galra symbol in the fan art way before. We were like, the symbol's totally wrong. They totally got it way wrong. We gotta figure it out. I think that all comes from the fact that we're fans of this stuff too, so it's stuff that we would have loved to see as fans of the show. I think this Lance there, this is out there.
Is it though? Is it out there?
Is it? I don't know.
But if you remember,
It's out there now.
when Pidge summons the Castle of Lions out of the wormhole loop, she has a similar connection with them. So there's some sort of an emergency, lion beam that goes out.
No, let me tap this. Lance is okay.
All right, here you go. Speaking of Lance, Lance gets a jelly head, explains mermaids missing.
Hi. Thank you for being in WonderCon. I'm friends with Steve Ang.
Oh, well.
Here, I got introduced with my teacher who was in the anime industry too. I have a question. You guys ever seen the Japanese Go Lion?
Yes.
Many times, yes.
You know how violent it is?
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
We do.
Yeah. I told her when I saw a cake I could kill, I was vomiting and I was like, what the hell am I watching?
Yeah, the first time Lotor shows up, he comes with a platter full of severed
I
heads.
seen that. And like,
Look it up.
when I was 17, I'm like, what the hell is
Very dark.
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously stuff that we had to, draw from the original series, stuff that we pulled from Go Line that we thought was appropriate, and that stuff maybe we.
So expect to see some severed heads.
Yeah.
Can't see more.
But we agree, it's hyper violent, maybe a little
very
inappropriate.
violent. We had to maybe
violent.
pull some
Too
of our-
hot.
Yeah.
All right, card for you.
Okay.
Shiro versus Yakguana. That's early pitch for what that creature is.
Yeah, we saw. Yeah.
We maybe
It's kind of
there's some iguana than yak, really.
Yeah, it's like
a little more.
I don't want to.
Cat.
Iguana.
All right, we have time for a couple more questions. Cool.
Hello.
Hello.
So you guys just mentioned the original Japanese version. So has the original 1980s Voltron or any other adaptations influenced your writing or your portraying as the characters?
I think that, when we think about that 80s version, it's more about kind of the spirit and the fun and, this like crazy adventure that they're on, more than drawing from any like specific storylines or anything like that. I mean, that's the show that we all watched and were hooked on, I think, as kids. So, that's definitely the root for me, I think, for these guys, that, that's where our love of Voltron comes from.
I mean, I think you said it, like, the idea that, these lions come together to form, man, I've said it since the beginning, like, one lion wears another lion as a boot. Like, it's the weirdest idea. The fact that I think we adhere to that campiness and that over-the-top idea and somehow still make it dramatic, I think that's the biggest inspiration.
Yeah. And, the beast battles and all that, like, big action-y stuff, it's cool. But, we just try to take it to a new place. And for you, this is a scene that hopefully, I don't often ask for fan art, but for this I'd like to see it. Allura and Shiro mouse washing. That's something that I wanted to see.
See you at the mouse wash. It's our family-owned mouse wash.
Mouse washing.
They're just relaxing. That was like in the eye of the storm. That's the scene that we wanted to see. They're up on the deck and they're just watching some waves.
A lot of storm to watch in that show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, thank you. Hi, I know you said season 3 is in a very early stage to give out any information, but in season 1 we see that there's a main focus on Shiro for a while, and then in season 2 it's Keaton who gets his own character arc. So which paladin is most likely to get their own character arc within season 3?
Lotor.
This is actually like one of the tougher things about working on a show with a big ensemble cast. And each paladin has their fans. So I think at some point, some people are going to be a little disappointed because their favorite character isn't necessarily getting like the big push. But I think we're going to try to do better to maybe give a little bit more equal distribution. Lotor is huge in the upcoming season, so he takes up a lot of space.
Yeah. I mean, what's Allura up to?
Yeah.
Try more
questions.
What are you doing, Allura?
What am I doing in season 3?
Not talking about season
Being
3.
All right, here's your card. Hunk with mall walkers. Finds food court. Eats but can't pay. Has to work.
It's not in the show, is it?
All right, one more question. I think. How many cards do you have?
Yeah, we got 2 cards.
We got 2 more questions.
All right.
You stand right here with me. You stand right here with me.
You guys formed up.
Hunk!
Nice.
See, there's Hunk cosplay.
Yes,
Very happy to see this.
My question's really simple. Tyler, do you want a cinnamon roll?
Yes, I do. Please come up here. Hey, I heard a rumor. I think this is you. Did you also major in engineering and minor in culinary arts? That's what I thought. So this is, guys, this is the
real life
This is the real life Hunk right here.
Yeah.
Do you also have a giant yellow lion that you fly around in? You're a Leo! All right. You also, which island? Which island are you from? Which island are you from? I'm actually from Puerto Rico. All right.
Card.
You're awesome.
Alcarion. Karan makes Teledub.
Am I still good to go?
What do you got?
Real quick, Lauren, I asked you this at a Q&A a few years back. You directed the Green Lantern for first flight movie.
I did.
And I asked you at the time, how did it feel to direct something on a smaller budget than at the time the bigger budget studio gave us that was far beyond in quality? And I just want to say, and to an extent to Joaquim as well, you guys have not only, Lauren, you've not only done it again, you've actually, in my opinion, have completely surpassed the original Voltron in every way possible. This was my absolute, the most purest moment of my childhood is Voltron, and I held it dear with two very disappointing follow-ups. Finally to see not only something that took the kernel of the idea, made it so much better, and not only that, but you guys all, every one of you, knocked it out of the park so hard it hit the opponent's bus and exploded into the bus. So, thank you for that. Thank you for keeping action cartoons alive too, and 2D animation. It's wonderful to see.
Well, thank you for that, but I mean, we want to remember that this show wouldn't have been possible without the original. So we got to give it its due diligence, but we're really, really thankful that you all have appreciated it so much, that a lot of the old fans have accepted it and not just kind of looked at it as like, it's not my old show. It's really great. It's really great to just have a show that people have been so open and accepting to.
It doesn't talk down to anybody. It's beautiful, it's perfect. The mech designs are some of the best in Western animation I've ever seen. So.
Thank you.
I think it also goes without saying, I mean, we're lucky we get to come up here and meet all you guys and have these really cool con experiences, but, you know, it's such a massive group of people that work on these shows that it's this massive team effort. So there's, you know, behind us, there's a ton of super talented and awesome, inspiring people that make the show. I'm sure if you guys search them out on social media, you could find them all. They're awesome, awesome people. So, yeah. Thanks, man.
Thanks. No, thank you.
Card for you, for Voltron.
All right, everybody, thank you so much for coming.